Everybody has been clamoring about this. We got 800,000 super chats about Oliver Anthony. Singer Oliver Anthony goes mega viral with song Rich Men North of Richmond. John Rich offers to produce record. In the song, Anthony grieves the separation between the average person in America and the class of rich men north of Richmond who want to have total control of decisions in this country. It's an awesome song. It's an absolutely incredible performance. Just a guy with his guitar. It's amazing. Post Millennial says up-and-coming Virginia country singer Oliver Anthony has gone viral for the song. It's got 2.3 million views in the last 2 days, and John Rich has even offered to help him produce a record. Dude, this is some uplifting news. We talk about all this bad stuff all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to crack open a beer, hopefully not a Bud Light, and grab some wings and have a good time, smile. This is awesome. The song Rich Men North of Richmond centers around a theme of struggling working class American, the struggling working class American being pushed around by the political class living in and around DC. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for BS pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home, and drown my troubles away. In the song, Anthony seems to grieve the separation that has come between the average person and these rich political elites. Taxes, the state of the welfare state, the death of young men in the country are all topics the song touches on. Here's what I love about this. The song has a message. It is a positive message we like. Through his talent and his merit, it has been discovered and gone viral online, creating a real opportunity. John Rich, legendary country star, is now stepping in. So we've got here a couple things. One, I want to outright just say, you get woke, you go broke. Bud Light loses $400 million. They're selling off their craft brands. Disney loses $900 million. And then factory worker guy out in the boonies in Virginia puts together a song and boom, superstar. Mm-hmm. This is more of what we want to see. We want to see people build culture, succeed in making culture, and we want to supplant the twisted woke culture that we've been seeing. So shout out Oliver Anthony. The song's fantastic. And I don't know how you guys feel.
I love this style of music, and an artist I'm already interested in who's sort of upcoming was following him on Instagram when I went to find this video. So I took that as a good sign. I think there's something to be said for especially this like folksy Americana sound to be talking about like something that real Americans are facing. I mean, we can all harp on pop songs about all sounding the same, and that's one of the best things about this song. It's completely unique, but also completely relatable.
I haven't listened to it, so I have no opinion.
Wow, Phil.
It's been out like a day.
It's been like 2 days.
I thought you were the musician. I thought you were into this stuff.
Yeah, we're supposed to have resident rock star Phil be like, I endorse this song.
He's like,
Yeah,
I don't like acoustic guitars.
I haven't listened.
No, but it's like, I got to be honest. I'm not a country music kind of guy. That's not my jam. But I am absolutely all about supporting people who are producing cultural works that push back on woke psychotic garbage and authoritarianism. And this hit the nail on the head with a hammer. I don't care if a guy made a comic book, a manga, a video game, or a song, gaining traction, winning through merit, regular working class guy, hitting it big time through pure merit. That's what I love.
Yep.
You know what I heard? And I don't know, Phil, maybe you know about this. Justin Bieber. Mm-hmm. You know how he got his start?
Was he a Disney kid?
Well, like YouTube, I guess.
YouTube.
Right?
Oh, YouTube.
But I heard
Okay.
that was fake.
Really?
I don't know that's true. I don't want to accuse the guy of doing anything wrong. I got no beef. Mm-hmm. But what I heard, so it's like he made a YouTube video or something like that where he's singing. And then they're like, wow, look how viral this is. I heard that it was like the managers planned it. We want to build this thing around him where it's like he's a natural star. So they had him do the video, helped promote it. I don't know if that's true. Here's what I do know. Gangnam Style, absolutely manufactured. Mm-hmm. I know for a fact. Because the dude, actually, I think, to be honest, is the same guy behind Justin Bieber who did this. But I actually went to a speech where he said, they met with him in advance and said, how can we make this song big? Because I think this song can be very big in the U.S., like the Macarena.
This is amazing. I'm looking at the lyrics right now. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay. I've been living in an old. This is great. I haven't heard it yet, but this.
We got to help it go viral. Mm-hmm. We got to help promote the culture that's
living in the new world with an old soul. I can relate to that.
I like it because like there are really cool artists and people out there who are explicit, like MAGA, Trump, stuff like that. But what I like about this is it's just really good art that speaks to a part of culture that now more and more gets overlooked because mainstream industries say you shouldn't talk about those things.
Did he go viral on Twitter? Was it?
I think it was YouTube.
Okay.
And then on Twitter, and then he made a Twitter, and I think I saw it on Twitter first.
Yeah.
One of the things that you have to worry about when you're trying to do something like this, like you don't want to be too on the nose. And I mean, everyone knows what I'm talking about. Like you've seen something where you're just like, all right, I get what you're trying to do, but because you kind of don't have your finger on the pulse, where you ended up being too literal and it sounds hokey or whatever. And
you mean that song that I'm working on called "Lizzo Has Insulin Resistance" is too much?
I think you should pull back. I think you should pull back on that one. I personally think "Put the Big Mac Down" is a better title, but
put the Big Mac down.
I think the same people who voted for Trump would relate to the song. It's the same demographic.
Well, the thing is, I haven't read the lyrics, but like, if it's getting this kind of response, it makes me think that you probably can relate to it without being a Trump voter. That's the thing that you have to be able to like transcend political ideas. Like this kid one time, this is a little while ago, but some kid hit me up one day and he was a big fan of All That Remains, and he was a very, very far left kid, and all his interpretation of the stuff that I was saying in All That Remains lyrics is he got the idea that I was a far leftist. And it's like, I'm not a leftist at all. There are a lot of times where people on the right and on the left are looking for the same result and see the same problems. They just have a different means to go to solve it. And I think that you try to identify things that are human without sounding too much like your one political perspective or the other, or at least that's what I think is the best way to get people onto your side.
I think there's working class on both sides that can relate
exactly.
to the lyrics.
It's easy to be, or well, not easy. I don't want to take anything away from people that do this. It's one thing to be like, I'm a MAGA guy. I'm on the MAGA, like Bryson Gray, the MAGA rapper. Cool, awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's his deal. He's a MAGA guy. Cool. But it's also cool to be able to be like, yo, I can hang out with the MAGA people, and I can also hang out with the people that aren't MAGA people.
Well, and that's
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's one of the things I like about this idea, like the Richmond, north of Richmond, like that's everybody in DC. That's not a political party, and that means that there actually is a lot of unity among people outside of like working class people of either political leaning.
Yep.
And this is an example of that. We just think of it as the working class guys are all completely MAGA all the time because we assume all city people. We have a resident New York City Republican among us right now. But like there is discrepancy, and I think the idea that the political elite is actually the one making all decisions is a unifying idea.
Well, so I'm going to make an All That Remains cover band called All That Remains MAGA.
Cool.
And we're going to change all of the lyrics to be about supporting Trump.
Yeah, absolutely. Are these the lyrics to his song?
Yeah, these are amazing.
So it looks like he's calling out Lizzo here. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. I know news came out today that they dropped Lizzo in consideration for the Super Bowl story based on her treatment. I don't know if that's something we're going to talk about later, but maybe he's vying for a spot.
Dude, maybe we shouldn't have what was it when MTV or whatever, where they had the gigantic bed on stage and those 3 fat women were like engaging in simulated adult activities. Was that WAP? I don't know. But I'm like, maybe we have this guy on stage. And that's the message we want to leave for kids.
That sounds like a direct challenge to Lizzo right there.
So
we should.
When you were away, we had Carter on and we talked about, someone called in, a Timcast member who said, I'm trying to get into music and I don't really write political stuff, but I could. It's trying to talk to Carter Banks, our music producer, about it. And we were talking about that y'all alternative, this like folksy country stuff is really popular right now. And I think this person is talented. Like when I was scrolling through his Instagram, he's been making music for a while. He obviously has picked up on something that needs to be said, and he's in a genre that's done well. And I think it's cool to see someone get this kind of recognition because it's art as opposed to just a political campaign. You know what I mean?
I mean, the culture right now is so starved for good quality, original, authentic content that obviously this would fill a void for all art, not just music. But yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Unity, baby, unity. I think you said it best earlier. I think why don't we just bring everybody from the right and left come together? And we just come together.
Because the left doesn't want to come together.
Yeah, very Ian-esque of you, Robbie. Very Ian-esque. I was like, Ian's not here tonight. I was like, Robbie can be that hippie crystal guy.
I'm just saying, let's all come together and let's take down the establishment.
No,
but they are the establishment.
Yeah.
So here's what we end up seeing. You get people like Vosh who say the right is inherently authoritarian, which literally makes no sense because the full political compass has libertarians on both sides. The quote unquote right, as it's typically defined, recognizes that the left has libertarians and the right has libertarians, and they scale up in very different ways. But the left views it entirely as you are on the right, you are bad no matter what. To the point where we have people come into this show and defend books like This Book is Gay and Genderqueer that are sexually explicit books given to kids. And I'm like, you're just agreeing with that because the left tribally agrees with that. The right tends to be an amalgam of various worldviews. The left tends to be rigid. And the easiest way to explain it, Donald Trump, anti-establishment, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody would describe Trump as establishment. Now they may try to as a smear. Leftists, and I don't mean liberals, I mean leftists, advocated for voting for neoliberal corporate candidate Joe Biden. Prominent socialist and communist personas on YouTube with millions of followers said, you have to vote for Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. Me, I don't like any of them because I'd probably vote libertarian before anything else. Didn't vote for Trump in the first time around. Saw what he was doing the second time around, no new wars. And I said, well, I'm not a Republican, but Trump is really gutting the deep state, the bureaucratic system, coming after the corporate establishment. So I'm going to vote for this guy for these reasons. The left then said that's fascist and authoritarian and you're the problem. And I'm like, bro, you're the people marching around with slogans that Walmart puts up in their building.
Right.
Like, you are marching alongside the slogans of the U.S. Army and Amazon and Pfizer. They are the establishment. Mm-hmm. Now, there are people on the left, in terms of the political spectrum, that are anti-establishment. Few and far between. But we're like Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore is economically left and anti-establishment. So we love the guy. He's fantastic. We're big fans. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.